Hine Pirush Hasidus Yedua Gam King. We know also the meaning of the Sidus Shem Yud Gimel Midas. That the Sidus are the 13 measures. Hashem Kilrach V'Chanon, the 13 Midas Arachamim. Those are called the Sidus. Those are the Yud Gimel Tikunei Dikna, the 13 strands of the beard. They're also called Sidus. And the Neitzer Chesed, that's where the pasuk Hashem Neitzer Chesed, the love of Neitzer Chesed. Va'inyan, and the idea is ki yesh daimim tzemei achai medaber. So we have the 4 parts of the inanimate, the growing, the living, and the human being, the medaber. So this is generally, in the world we have the 4 categories. But within the category, b'medaber, yesh gamkin kolul doimim tzemei achai. In the medaber, we also have included doimim tzemei achai. There are the 4 parts as they're part of the medaber. Ki ha'atzomis hem bechinas doimim. Bones, they are in the level of doimim, inanimate. The sidus bechinas tzemeach. The hair is the level of tzemeach, etc. Bechein, that's the physical. Doimim tzemeach medaber, which is within the medaber. Bechein gamkin yesh doimim tzemeach medaber ruchni bekoyach hanefesh hamedaberes. There's also these 4 elements, the 4 aspects spiritually, in the power of the soul that speaks, in the soul of the medaber. The letters with which you speak, think the letters, they are the level of doimim, inanimate. V'hamida is the emotions, hem bechinas semech. They're in the level of growth. Sheyesh b'hem gidl. There is growth in them. Shemitchila ha'hispilus kitano. To begin with, the excitement is small. And then it increases, then it grows. So that's like growing, tzameach, that's the emotion. The intellect, that's the level of living. Because the seichel, pasuk says, that the chokhmah will give life. So therefore, the level of chaya is attributed to the level of chokhmah. U'mekoyr ha-seichel, and the source for the seichel, shehu b'chinas chokhmah stima, which is the level of chokhmah stima, u'b'chinas medaber, that's the level of medaber. Within the spiritual level, the koichas ruchnin of the spiritual medaber, that is the part of the medaber is the moker ha-seichel, which is the chokhmah stima. Kishoyrish hisavus hadibur, because the root where is dibur created, shehu oisius, nilkach mekadmus ha-seichel shabenefesh. That comes from the before the seichel, kadmus ha-seichel, the earlier the seichel, which is nefesh, shelemaylo b'seichel hagolui, which is higher than the revealed seichel that we have over here. You have, that's the kadmus ha-seichel. Kinisker b'dibra maschel v'yazdo v'shem. So ba'af sheha-oisius hem b'chinas doimim. So though it seems like the oisius are the level of doimim, the lowest level. So yeah, Hari notes So the end is stuck in the beginning. So there's a connection from the beginning to the oisius, from the Maila Ma'aseichel to actually the level of oisius. So now we're going to talk in the level of Medaber. We talked about the level of Medaber within the level of the four koiches hanefesh of the Medaber. So we're going to say the Medaber Atzme Shu Chochmas Tinua Kol Gamkin down at Bchinas. Also includes the four levels in the level of the Chochmas Tinua, which is the Medaber of the Medaber. Kinal b'moshel nefesh hamdaberes, similar to before in the of the moshel of the nefesh hamdaberes haklula medaled b'chinas. We said that the nefesh hamdaberes that is included from the four levels. V'chein gufa odom hamadaber kol medaled b'chinas. Ub'chinas hamidus the chochmas timo. And the midas of the Chochmas Timo are Nikrat Sameach. So that's already within Chochmas Timo. Midas are called the growing part. The midas of Chochmas Timo are the Sameach. Belochen Nikra Cyrus. And that's why they're called Cyrus. That's also the growing in Chochmas Timo. Shem Bechinas Sameach Shebeguf. The body, the Tzameach, is the Cyrus. So the Midas of Chochmas Timor are also called Tzameach. It's all trying to explain the Bezorach Masei Lomei, the level of Cyrus, how they come from this very high level. The Moshel Gashmi move on. In the physical Moshel, we understand Shedoimem B'Tzameach Hem Kroivim Zelozeh. When we look in the physical, the example, the inanimate and the growing are close to each other. Umuvdolim be'erech mibchinas chai sheyesh bo nefesh achiyunis. And relatively, they are separate from the level of chai, which has the nefesh achiyunis. Which means that doimim and semeach are close, and they are relatively distant from the level of the chai, the level of nefesh achiyunis. And for sure, their distance, the doimim and semeach, are distant from the level of medaber. Just like in the body of the person also. There is no comparison when we talk about the life force which is in the hair. They are the level of tzemeach relative to the Evore Haguf, to the limbs of the body, in which the vitalizing soul and the intellectual soul are dressed up, as for example, even relative to other Evorim. So we see that the level of Sidus is a much lower level. It's much more distant. The Chayis of the Sidus is much more distant from the level of Tzemeach, level of Sidus. And the same thing is the level of Sidus Lamaila is distant from the level of Chay. So in other words, the energy of the person in his heart and the other limbs is much stronger without a comparison to the energy that comes down just in the level of Sidus, in the level over here, which is very minute. So kach, just like we say physically, kach, ein aroich bechinas midos v'neitzer chesed, there is no comparison. When we talk about the level of midos, the Eibishter's midos, which is v'neitzer chesed. Neitzer chesed, he keeps kindness, so this is the level of emotion, the level of midos. In Chochmas Timah, in above, legabe etzem ha-Chochmas Timah, relative to the essence of the Chochmas Timah. V'lachein nimshalu l'sados shubechinas tzemeach kolu b'medaber. And that's why they have been equated. The spheres, the Neitzer Chesed, Yud Gimel Midos, have been compared to the Sidus, Shubchinas Tzemeach Hakolu b'Medaber. That is the level of Tzemeach, which is in the Medaber, She'einei Aroich, that it's no comparison, Afilu L'Gabe Nefesh HaChiyunis She'Medaber. That's not compared at all, even relative to the vitalizing soul in the Medaber. Kolshkein, for sure, L'Gabe Nefesh HaSichlis. For sure, relative to the Nefesh HaSichlis, that the level of Sidus, the level of Neitzer Chesed, the level of the Yud Gimel Midos, is at all the level of Tzemeach, is no comparison to the essence, to the Nefesh HaChiyun Shebemedaber or the Nefesh HaSichlis. And this is in this level of Sidus, which we just pointed out, it's so minute, it's such a distance. They are the source and the root for creating Chochmat Atzilus. So in that case, so this is not at all a shtalshlus of a ilu v'olul in a gradual descent, one like a chain, like a ishtash, like we said before, the way that ishtash, like dilug herech, there is a gap. It's jumping over the value. They're not related. Coming from the level of Sidus, which is the small level, a low, very low level, to come Chochmah from it, there's a big jump. That's why it says by Matan Torah, V'zorach Meseir Lomay. V'zorach Meseir Lomay. Yishayin Meseir. Seir is the lotion of here. Pirush Seir. What is the meaning of the word Seir? Hainu Sar Yud. It's the word Sar Yud. What is the Yud? Ki the Torah she Chochma de Atzilus Nimshecha Mibchinas Chochma Stimo. The Yud is level of Chochma, and the Torah, which is Chochma de Atzilus, V'araisim Chochma Nachilus, Nimshecha Mibchinas Chochma Stimo. The way it comes from the level of Chochma Stimo is Ayidei Sayres Levad, is only through the level of Sayr. So the Soir Yud, that means to get to the level of Chochmah, to get to the level of Torah Sheviksam, which is Chochmah Datzilus, it goes through from the Chochmah Stimah in a level of Sidus, only a Soir Yud. Nimshcha Mebchinas Chochmah Stimah, Ayidei Sayres Levad, that comes from Chochmah Stimah just through the level of Yud. That's why it's Meseir, the lashon of Soir Yud, so that the Chochmah, the Yud, comes from the level of Soir. V'hinei Hasayro hi b'chinas Vav. The here alone is like a stick. That's like the letter Vav. V'ha'oir shebetoich Hasayro, and the light which is inside the here, ub'chinas Yud. That's the level of Yud. Because we know, Kenoida, Yud. Kenoida, that the Ukenoida, Shasaido Chalula, that the hair is hollow. And inside is dressed up a nurturing from the moich. V'ayim izeh b'lukuti Torah, Reish Parsha Torah shevi haramaz b'Parshas Emes Daf Tzadik Dalet. So why do we call it a yud? Why is that hollow, that energy that is in the hair called a yud? Umashe nikra yud. The yois yadua, the yois kenoida. It's known. Sheyesh b'chines asiris meyes alof min revavos. We have 10, 100, thousands, and 10,000. V'hinei alofim revavos heim ba'arich ampim. 1,000 and 10,000, those are in the level of arich ampim. V'gam lifamim meyes, sometimes also meyer, is also in arich ampim. Kinisker b'Mamer meyer v'esrim v'sheva shonim v'shnei chayisora. Where there discusses 127 years of the years of Sorah, how also Meir sometimes are in level of Archabi. Ach, Mashiyochel, the Slavish Bahasaira, who Rag Bechinas Asiris. That which can dress up in the Cyrus is only a 1/10. Shazo Bechinas Yud Levad, this is the level just of Yud. Not sure. He says we have to look and see later on. So basically, 1/10 of the 100 can come down the level of Yud. Yud means 10% basically. From that comes down. And this is what I say. You still Neivus Chacham Shel Mailo Torah. The Neivus, the leftover of Chacham Shel Mailo is Torah. So what does it mean? Pirush Chachma Shel Mailo. What does it mean? The Chachma of above. Ainu Chachma Stimo the Arichampin. That is talking about the Chachma Stimo of Arichampin. Shenikra Chakim V'lei B'Chachma Yidua. It's called the Chakim and not B'Chachma Yidua Ki Yidua, which is higher than Chachma that we know. It's at a whole other level. The level of Chachma is on a whole different level. Kido, v'iraisa shei Chachma d'Atzilus nimshachas mechachma stimo rak b'chinas hanegvus shelo. And I said that it comes, which is Chachma d'Atzilus, comes from Chachma stimo only from the level of the negvus, the leftover. So from Chachma stimo is sort of the negvus, the hainu b'chinas sidus levad. That would be the level of sidus. And that's what it means. Meseir Lamay. Zorach, that's Pasuk says Mezorach Meseir, level of sidus. Basically, those are the same idea. The Neivus Chochma is the sidus of the Chochma, the sidus of the Chochma Stimo that comes down through the level. U'il Nizbayer, the Neivus Chochma, U'bechinas Achorayim Da'ava. Before we explain that Neivus Chochma is the level of the behind of Chochma. Here we're saying Neivus Chochma is from Chochma Stimo, the sidus. But there it says Achorayim the Abba. Yesh Loimar, that Koil Echad, we can say it's all really one, Lefi Mashekosar, Ramaz, Parshas Emer, Dav Tzadik Dalet Shom, the Metzias Abba, who Ma'ir Pnimi Shabedikna. That Abba, Chochma comes, the essence of Abba comes from the Eir Pnimi Shabedikna, the inner light of the beard. Shalomayla Mahasidus Atzma, which is higher than the Sidus Ein Shom. V'ayin b'Pri Chaim Shara Krishma Pedik Tazvov Shepnimis Abba Chulu. Im Kein B'chinas Neivlos Chochma Shel Mailo So the novelist of the Chochmah Shel Maila, the Hainu Bechinas Arayim, the Hainu Bechinas Achoraim Da'aba, which is the level of Achoraim Da'aba, so it's really comes out, it's not far away. So even though it's a little bit of a different madrega, Acharaim the Chochmah over there is saying it's the Cyrus, yet it's really all the same. Okay, we're going to leave it over here today.